And I got what you need. All right. Mind you, Nelly Furtado was my first concert. Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a hat in there. Like, someone's wearing a hat in that video.
A bucket hat like hers.
Why are you so...
I'm sure of it. That's why. It's the hat, like, just signaled.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Hello, my people. It's Dahlia.
And Nicole.
And this is Quiche My Ass. Welcome back to another week of interesting facts with me and Nicholas. We hanging out, we chilling, we ate some potatoes this morning.
You are such a nerd.
Why? I'm also wearing a bucket hat, so I'm the coolest one in the room, but bitch is just jealous. We also have a pineapple here, hanging out, feeling the vibes. Yee. So Nicole went out to dinner last night, and did you enjoy it?
I had an amazing experience. It was the first time I went out since, I don't know, March, and it's...
Really?
Well, it's the first time
like
I ate
indoor dining?
Indoor dining. And, I mean, I went out to restaurants, but then it was too cold, and so you're outside, but are you really enjoying it when your feet are freezing?
So this was your first indoor experience, you're saying?
First indoor experience. I was dying to go out. I was like, we have to go. I don't care. The second they announced it, I was like, I'm going. I'm making a reservation, and we're going.
Did you feel safe in the restaurant?
I did feel safe in the restaurant because it's sushi omakase, so already they're very conscious and you're not like shoved in there. So it was nice because everybody was separated. It was 25% capacity, but it was really delicious. Everything was amazing, but it is crazy how much money I used to spend on the regular going out to eat.
Yeah. I could imagine. I spent like $25 on breakfast this morning. And I didn't pay.
Yeah, so you didn't buy it.
I didn't buy breakfast, but I'm just, just getting a coffee now is like such a waste of money for me. Because I'm like, why would I spend $4.50 on a nice coffee? Like,
yeah, you can make yourself coffee.
Yeah, better.
Exactly how you want it.
Exactly. And with oat milk. Starbucks doesn't have oat milk. Just say.
They have coconut milk.
I don't like coconut milk.
You didn't go to Starbucks this morning. There's no Starbucks in Bed-Stuy.
No?
I don't think so.
I thought they had a rule where they had to be every, like, half a mile.
I'm not sure.
In Manhattan, for sure. Because every half mile, there has to be a Starbucks. Like, there has to be a Starbucks. It's a lot. But you know what? It's always packed. Starbucks is always a place that has people. And me and Nicole would go for Christmas and holidays because they were always open at, like, 6 in the morning.
Yeah, because they're the only people who are open on Christmas morning.
Yeah, so I do give respect to... Because they're working, we're working. We got you. We're going to come support you. And their spinach feta sandwich is not so bad. But we're here to introduce our new guest today. Wow. She's a good friend of ours. She's amazing. One of my first ever interactions with her was when me and Nicole were working and she passed by and she goes, I love that women are now cleaning fish. And I was just like, oh, does this not happen often? and I was like, oh, hi, I'm Dahlia. And that was one of the first things. Nicole, do you?
I do know.
I honestly don't remember the first time I met Betty. I remember, her name's Betty, by the way.
So, Betty cooks.
She does.
That's how I know Betty.
And we worked at Danielle together, and I just don't remember. I think she worked there before I did. Oh, the locker room.
It was
the locker room. Can you guys explain the locker room?
That like little closet with massive amounts of.
Yeah, the three of us barely fit in there without our asses touching.
Our first week.
Oh wow!
I started just a few days before you, and it was your first day, and like we just introduced each other. I mean, whatever.
I guess my first day was such a blur.
You were hungover.
Yeah,
you said that last episode.
I was pasta girl.
Yeah, you were pasta girl right away, and you were on that station for a long time.
For like
pasta girl. I always loved the pasta girls. Though.
How many different types of pastas did you make?
Not many at all. It was like fettuccine, ravioli, agnolotti.
And the grissini.
Oh, the grissini was my biggest like thing, and then I was sauce bitch.
The black and white grissini.
Yeah.
With the lard.
Checker print and the lard.
And when you say sauce, like that was the stocks?
I would, watch the stocks. I would, Meat Station would like leave a reduction in behind, or render out beef fat or whatever kind of renderings they're doing. I'd just be stuck with watching it and babysitting it and putting away stocks at the end of the night, icing down all the fish. Well, no, I was doing that in Canapé.
Yeah, I was gonna say they changed it, but
know. They did.
they took away the pasta station altogether.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now everybody does their own. They actually gave this pasta station to Banquet, gave them as something else extra to do, which makes sense because they're down there already.
Because like I was literally down there by myself for hours.
Yeah,
It
and
was
that way
kind
they
of
could make it
amazing,
as
though.
a
I loved
team
it.
effort. Like, oh, okay, we're
Yeah.
done, and
It's
But-
a quiet job.
Yeah, I loved it because I didn't have to like interact, and I'm
You are also behind the fans, so like this is the position where like you literally don't hear anyone talking, and there's
just
probably
alone.
50 people in front of you, and you don't hear anything.
JFK would call down the intercom, and just be like, "Hello,"
pasta
again.
girl.
That's the girl.
and then like he would just be like, "What are you doing?" and then
Be like,
I would
making
and then he'd be
pasta,
like,
chef.
okay, and then he'll just abruptly hang up, and I'm like, okay.
Well, because there's a camera, and he
camera,
could
he's
watch
watching.
you.
They're watching, yeah.
And I'm never like just not doing anything. He just always wants to know. Like
He's bored, so he's
Yeah.
like, "What's the pasta girl doing?"
he'll like put the camera on and be like, "Huh, okay." What's she
Yeah,
doing?
one time he called down when it was like maybe 9:30, and Lauren and I were just standing there talking. Like she was writing her prep list and asked me how to make something. So we're both leaning over and I'm explaining it to her. And JFK calls down and he's like, what are you girls doing down there? You're just standing. And we're like, "Chef, we're going over a recipe." He's like, "Oh, okay, good." And then hung up.
Exactly.
So it's kind of
It's the
funny.
eye in the sky.
Yeah, the eye in the sky.
Literally the eye.
Okay, everybody. So we introduced Betty a little bit. Betty, you want to talk about where you're from?
Where are you from?
I'm from the Bronx, Dominican. What you mean? Like where?
Like
Oh,
where?
you're from New York.
Yeah.
You're from, Dahlia's from Jersey. I'm from DC.
I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx. I moved around a ton as a kid, but
In this area though?
no, like Rhode Island, Miami.
I love Rhode Island.
The DMV area, like a lot. And then we're just mostly in the Bronx now,
Nice.
forever now. Never leaving.
Where
Yeah.
you where were you born?
I was born in Rhode Island, Pawtucket.
Oh my god. Wait, I didn't know you're from Rhode Island.
Yeah, but I say from very lightly because that was like 6 months of my life.
Oh, have you gone back?
No.
Oh.
I think when I was a kid, I went a couple times, but I always found it like boring because we always went to where my family.
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
Super lame, like not a lot of people around. Like,
I went to school there and I miss it every day.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I have to go as an adult.
You do have to go as an adult. It's beautiful there.
I visited, but
No, you weren't about it either, but you were young too.
well, no, I visited when I thought maybe I was going to go to Johnson and Wales, but then I didn't go. I got accepted, but I was
I
like, I
wanted to
can't
go.
afford this, so I didn't go.
I wanted to go to Johnson Wales, but I didn't get my scholarship there, and I knew I couldn't afford it any other way. So
I only got the scholarship there.
So where did you get your scholarship?
I got my scholarship to go to Walnut Hill College, the restaurant school it used to be called, in Philly through CCAP, Careers to Culinary Arts program. It's a program that's literally for kids that are underprivileged. It's a nonprofit, and I've been part of them since 2007, so however long that is.
So you started as a student there?
Yeah, so high school students, like, they have a program in,
Oh,
like,
nice.
like almost, I don't know how many
Oh, so
schools.
CCAP starts in high
high
school.
school, right? Like in like cooking class or whatever, economics. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
but like
What do you call
Home
those?
ec.
forgot.
Home ec, yeah. Which
Um,
X stands
it's
for
home
economics, yeah.
Yeah. It starts like in those, and like you can opt to sign up for the scholarship program, which I did, and then they put you through like intense like training. They give you your first knife kit, and like you have to do like 3 recipes to like off the top of your head. So like you practice it for a whole bunch, like,
Oh, nice.
and you have to do it on top of your head, and like there's like camera crews all over the place. It was so nerve-wracking.
Camera crew for what?
It's like the news, like
They're always
Channel
there?
11 or something. I don't know, like
And you're cooking for the news?
it's like I'm cooking for a scholarship, but the news is there just to like
Oh, okay.
show us.
And how many
off, I
kids
guess.
get a scholarship?
Almost everybody.
Do you know what the requirements are for the scholarship? Because I think that it's cool for listeners to probably learn about this.
Well, if you're in high school, you're thinking about becoming a chef, you want to go to culinary school, but you do not have the means, this is the program for you. You sign up with your cooking class if they are partnered with CCAP. I think most
Schools in New York are?
schools that offer cooking classes have CCAP.
Not in Maryland, but that's
they're in DC, in LA.
Oh, I thought this was just a New York City
no,
thing.
they have a whole
that's
bunch.
awesome.
Yeah, they're spreading out. And you sign up and then just do the
great. And you're still involved in CCAP, right?
Yeah, I do.
Like
I just did a cooking video for them, making pernil.
Which
and
is
mojo. Pernil is a pork shoulder roast
Nice.
with bone in, skin on. With mojo, which is like the flavor booster at the end, and
flavor booster. I always love that.
and sofrito, which I used into the marinade.
Yum yum.
Came out fucking slamming. It was so good.
And do you eat that by itself?
No, I mean I eat that with like
over rice or something.
Of course, with rice because I'm Hispanic.
Nice.
Rice, usually like moro, like black bean rice.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the biggest pair for that.
Uh-huh.
And like, well, if it's like a holiday, you're gonna have like potato salad, pernil, rice, salad, regular salad, a bunch of other random
like a lot of
things.
different things.
Yeah.
So how many people were watching this video for you for CCAP? Was it to raise money for CCAP or what?
Well, unfortunately, only 7 bought tickets.
Oh my gosh.
But one
some people are tired of dealing with this virtual.
Yeah,
they're like, it was great at first and now they're like,
it was so fun too. I wish more people would have seen it. But one was a teacher in LA.
Oh, nice.
Who recorded it and showing it to like 15,000 students.
wow.
Like
amazing.
Now.
Is that legal?
I don't know.
Well, it
because they recorded you and then
I don't know.
whatever.
So whatever.
Betty's gonna be famous, so like whatever.
Whatever. No big deal.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
So what other than that, what are you doing now?
Now I am home. I've been making chili oils and like
which looks amazing.
And coquito.
And coquito. But
and you've been selling them just out
kind of illegal, but
well, yeah, but you're not selling in mass production.
No, I'm not. It's like small batches, and I try to deliver them if I can. If not, like come pick it up. But
did it get overwhelming? Because I saw that you were making a lot.
At the beginning of the pandemic, it was a lot.
Like how many were you selling a day?
Like 20.
That's
and
awesome.
That's a lot. And yeah, like the most was 20 I did in one day, and I was like, this is. I thought it was gonna go like boom, like crazy, but. Then everybody started doing coquito and like
I did see that.
Happened, and, like everybody's aunt had a page of coquitos. I was like, oh man, I have to have something else.
Yeah.
And then CCAP reached out to me, and they wanted me to have a product that I can put in a gift box for donors, because this company like just makes their money off of donations.
Yeah.
For scholarships. So like, I made chili oil the first time. And it came out really good. So I was like, I'll sell this. And it popped off for a little bit, but it slowed down. Because now everybody and their mom is making chili oil too.
Yeah, because I'm not going to lie. It's an easy thing to make for your home. And most households that live with chili oil make their own chili oil. Which I love.
I'm have been working on a project with a restaurant that Thomas works at, and they want to get their sauces to market. Like they want to start selling first internally, and then the big picture they want to do Whole Foods. And one thing we kept talking about, because they have an amazing chili oil, and we just look at how many chili oils are out there. We're like, it's a waste. Like why we don't? The world doesn't need, Whole Foods doesn't need another chili oil to compete with. Like it just doesn't make sense.
But Trader Joe's has a really good onion and chili crunch that I'm obsessed.
I have it at home.
Yeah, I put it on my eggs every morning.
It's I'm sure it's great. And this one is amazing when you're eating at the restaurant, but it's like, how does the consumer know that one is worth buying when they have this one that they already love and they're already buying?
It is crazy that chili oil is such a big thing.
Yeah, people love it.
I love chili oil.
The only thing I could do to like set myself apart is probably like infuse it with marijuana.
Yeah.
That would be like...
Which I think I follow one of your friends that does olive oil with infused cannabis.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's something I was thinking about, like, proposing to them.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of fun stuff with infusions right now. And they possibly want to do, like, a cocktail party once that's a thing again.
Yeah.
With...
Wait, CCAP?
No.
Oh, I just didn't know. Sorry. I was confused. I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they
I follow
them. They're new. They just started out, and like they were infusing milk for me, for CBD, and I was selling coquito with CBD in it for a little bit. Didn't really do a lot. I think if it would have been infused with THC, it would have like been more of a seller.
lot of people also like are not. They don't understand what CBD is.
No, I think that's what really happened. I needed to,
because people are like, "Oh, I'm not about that. Like, I just need the THC." I'm like, "No, CBD is actually like what calms you.
Yeah.
Like, you actually need the
chill.
CBD."
You can get drunk and super chill.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Drunk and chill. Drunk and chill.
But yeah, they were.
That's what you
Can
need
I tell
to
you guys
write
like a
on
really
it.
weird fact that I learned, and tell me if I'm wrong? The difference between CBD plants
Oh, okay. Go
and
on.
plants that produce THC is that one is a male and one is a female.
Oh.
I think I
feel
heard
like
of
I
that.
learned that once upon a time.
Probably. I just didn't know if anybody.
I think like
I
as
suck at retaining
stoners, you hear
information.
so many facts and you're just like, oh, cool. And then like that's it. Like it doesn't stick with you. You're just like, okay.
I don't remember which one was the female and which one was the male, but I was at a farm.
The female is the THC.
Oh yeah,
she
is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she is.
And so
Yes, she
I guess
is.
the farm I was at, they were like, we only grow CBD. That's what they said. And it was interesting. They're like, and because of that, we just have the male plants, only the male plants.
Oh, that's funny.
Or vice versa, but. And I'm sure that at
Where was the farm
somewhere on the
located?
farm. It was upstate New York.
Oh, nice.
And they sold lots of other things too, but
Yeah.
this was just one thing. They were like, oh, we have a CBD product. And I didn't see they don't tell anybody because they don't want people to come and try and take their plants or cross-pollinate accidentally with the males and then or females, and then it would ruin their whole crop because they can turn in the plants
they
can
could
change.
Oh, they're Hermes.
Yeah, so I think if they introduce one male, all of a sudden their entire crop can change. That's my understanding.
that
I could
makes
be
sense.
wrong, but it's just fascinating. So I wanted to throw that information in there. But anyways, we can get back to Betty.
Well, I worked with a kid recently, and he does private dinners for like edibles and each
Yeah.
course. And like somebody in the room was listening to the conversation. They're like, I don't like edibles. And I'm like, well, it's gonna be like the new thing soon. Like it's gonna be
went
sold in
to-
Whole Foods for sure in
I
like
went
the
to a
next 10
dinner
years.
At Winsun, they had
I always wanted to go
they
there.
had an infused night. It was like one of their off nights. Well, they usually close on Mondays or whatever.
Was it Calvin doing it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Calvin doing
He
it.
invited me to it. I couldn't go.
And I went and I got so lit, but it was like a creep, like slow, like
Yeah,
chill,
yeah.
Because I'm really cautious with edibles. I'm like super scared of like getting blasted. So, it was a nice chill.
That's good.
It was a vibe,
Yeah.
definitely.
I think that's going to be like the biggest thing soon.
So like yeah, the drip lab, they were thinking about doing like cocktail parties and stuff and having my food. Well, like I don't know, that's in the air. So like
I feel like you're full of great ideas.
Yeah, you're full of great ideas, and who knows what the world is,
thanks guys.
what the world has on the other side.
Do you think now with the pandemic you have time to actually sit? Because Betty used to work so much, everyone, like so much. I never saw
Oh
somebody
my
work so
God.
much.
I never sat down and when I did.
And
I
you
had
worked
a
at
drink
so
in
many
my hand.
places.
I always want to learn.
Yeah.
So that's why I originally went to Danielle. I won a mentorship with mentor program, mentor BKB. And they planted me there so I can learn, and then I eventually
And you were
stayed
supposed to only be there for 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't
And
know
then-
that.
Yeah, and then JFK was like, yeah, you're staying. I was like, cool. He hated that that I had to, because like with the program, it's basically like a scholarship, and I have to be paid a certain amount, and that's why it was only for 3 months.
Uh-huh.
But because I was getting paid a certain amount, he was like, so I can't like pay you less. I was like, no.
No.
They're like, no, this is agreed upon. But
That's
did you
nice,
get a
though.
pay cut when you
when I went
When
from,
Extended the
when
year?
you extended the 3 months.
No.
You stayed at the rate.
Yeah, which was
Good for you.
Which was what?
Good for
what?
you.
it was like only 13.
Yeah.
It was, you know what I mean? It
was
back
like-
then it was like, oh, she's getting paid 13 now, you know.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
started at like
we're not
10.
allowed to talk about money in the
Yeah.
kitchen, remember?
I started at
We're not
$10 an hour. It's like I came from running a business almost at my last job to making 10 an hour.
They don't pay you a lot of money.
Yeah, but
No.
it's nobody
why
does.
It's not supposed to
Nobody
be.
does.
He was bitching about it.
Yeah.
He kept bitching about it to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes. No, I'm not gonna say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Betty, if you had what would your dream job be? Like, if tomorrow you applied, and I know you're applying, but what
Yeah.
would it be?
Well, I want to make recipes because, like, I have learned that I like to create
Fun.
a lot, so I want to just make recipes for like a magazine or something, or just work in a test kitchen and develop recipes and play around. Even if I have to create that same recipe 1,000 times.
Oh, yeah, you're all about that?
But I really started liking that from when I worked for 8 months at Momofuku.
Were you working in their test kitchen?
No, but since we were opening 2 projects simultaneously, there was a lot of that.
Oh, okay. Like
lot of-
perfecting the recipes.
Yeah, a lot of, starting a recipe, doing it 20 million times, and then that recipe getting tossed out, starting a new one.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that, and I kind of really enjoyed that process because.
Well, you worked at Momofuku. Which one?
Their first bar called Bar Wayo at South Street Seaport.
Okay.
Well,
Still open?
Pier 17. No.
Oh, okay. Because it was like right before the pandemic.
Yeah. So, from what I left before the pandemic, but from what I hear, they're like switching it up. They're doing something new in that space. I don't know really exactly what it was. I heard that it's gonna turn into what Sambar was.
Okay.
Did Sambar close the location? I
Yes.
saw that. And I was so confused because people down in the East Village are obsessed with Sambar.
Yeah.
So when I
think
saw
they're
it
just
being
bringing
closed,
to
I
the
was like,
Seaport is what I heard through the grapevine.
yeah, well, the Seaport's beautiful. So,
It's such a pretty location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can't give that shit up.
yeah. Like you paid for it.
Yeah, and the other one on the Lower East Side is probably crazy high rent, and it's like, why not go to a different?
It's an old girl, that kitchen.
Do you know I staged in that kitchen?
I know that kitchen.
And you have to like duck underneath to get to the bottom kitchen. It's actually crazy. And people are like running up and down these
All the
wooden
time.
stairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so dangerous.
And
But like,
it's-
that's how I thought New York kitchens were
Those
like.
walk-ins are always leaking. It's so dangerous.
'Cause it's a
I've almost
basement.
flipped so many times. But
But that's like New York kitchens.
Yeah.
That's what it's.
Yeah, we worked
That's where
in
I
too
did my-
glamorous of a kitchen.
that's where I did my tasting for when I got hired as a sous chef.
Oh, that's
Was
funny.
in that kitchen. They had me choose, and I was like, well,
It's
that's
a
the
weird
flavors that
layout.
I want to be around, so
Yeah.
I know those ingredients. So let's go with that one.
Yeah.
They like gave me like a list of restaurants to choose from within the area. I was like, what?
And which one did you become a sous chef at?
Bar Wayo.
Okay, that's
That's
when
the one.
They had another secret quote, air quotes with the secret. They had another secret project on the second level called Yakiniku that was supposed to be like under the radar, kind of like speakeasy type,
Oh, cute.
Coat inspired.
Oh, cute.
Someone's not
I
gonna
love
like that,
Coat.
that, but
I love Code. It's amazing, but
because they had all those grills. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
like, it was like Korean barbecue, but like Americanized question mark. I don't know.
yeah.
Just like all Momofuku stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like an American fusion of whatever flavor they
Yeah.
want to put in.
Yeah, it got a little confusing because like they were opening a bunch of locations all at the same time, so like all the corporate chefs were like kind of like torn in every which way.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that crazy though that he's a Danielle alum? Like that's I always think it's crazy.
Everybody is.
I know, but it's just so
everybody made
insane.
us pit stop there at one point.
Everybody.
Yeah.
If you didn't, you made a mistake. Go back.
What are you doing? Go there.
Yeah.
They'll take you. They'll maybe.
No, this kid in Miami, when the same kid that was talking about doing the dinners, he's like, what's one thing that like is so distinguished at Danielle that like if you go to another restaurant, like, you know, you do it that way? And I was like, oh no, everyone in New York has worked there. Yeah. So like there is no distinguished thing. Like we all just know everything. Like everyone has worked there. Like there's a list.
There is. There's a crazy list.
Everybody knows what a banana is in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if you're a donkey.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, well, if
we
someone calls you a donkey, you know.
Oh, you're just an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to
Oh, what do you not want to do?
I don't want to skip off. Like, I have some ideas and some questions, so I want to get like
Oh,
straight
okay.
to it with Betty.
I don't, guys. So.
I know you don't. Dahlia's not prepared today, and
it's okay. Nicole wasn't prepared yesterday. So
Dahlia and Betty are both hungover today, and I'm feeling great. So
my God.
I'll be the question asker.
People don't need to know.
Yeah, well, they know now.
Everybody knows.
So
And me and Betty have a lot of coffee in our system.
So one thing is that what you said when I was talking to you earlier, that you really want to focus on how we treat each other in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is a really big thing we should talk about. But the one thing I want to debate a little bit more specifically is where's the line?
I love lines.
Because, oh, God.
Not like that. Oh, my God.
Wow.
No, because
I'm clean. Nose is clean.
Because
Just letting everyone know.
I think it's a really important discussion to have because I think my line is maybe way higher than maybe other people's because I've been working in a kitchen.
Gets turned on by getting yelled at.
No, I do not. No, but I've been working.
Handles it so
I've been working in a kitchen since I was 14.
I'm a weak
My
kitchen,
first job ever.
Yeah.
My chef would like throw a plate into a dining room and then yell at us, and it was okay because I was just happy to have a job and I had to work.
He was yelling for a reason. Though.
But I did understand he was yelling for a reason, and I don't think there's ever a reason to throw a plate into the dining room and hit the brick wall and shatter while everyone's there. But I do understand because he was a good teacher. So while he was yelling at you, he would always be like, you understand why, right? Or he would give an explanation.
But that's the difference, like having somebody who's willing to show you what you did wrong and correct you versus the person who's just putting you in a toxic environment and just bringing you down all day long.
But that's the question, I guess, is what's the line of that? Because there's this kitchen banter that we have where we make fun of each other. It's like, oh, you're going too slow. Why don't you hurry up?
That's
you're
cute,
doing
though.
this. Like, oh, you're
but
making
we
shit
also
today.
just said before that we think that the new generation's lazy. So, like,
True.
we do have to yell at them.
Yeah.
And but they have a different line. So it's just so...
So I think that the three of us probably all have different levels of lines.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, mine is probably the lowest. But whatever. It's fine.
Do you cry easily?
I always put off this like tough exterior, but then like in the kitchen at least. I'm not gonna say in everyday life, but I get hurt so easily. Like like when it comes to my work, this is something I've always been passionate about. Something I put like a lot of effort into becoming a chef and a good cook. Mm-hmm. So like when someone's just talking shit to me and like really like not giving me any feedback, I'm gonna take that super personally.
So if it's the non-feedback and it's just them being mean.
Yeah, if you're not telling me what I have to do to be better, then don't yell at me. Just give me something.
That's true because there's a type of person who's like, why the fuck are you doing it that way? You should do it this way. It's better and it's faster. That's maybe okay.
Yeah.
No, but that's the difference between a leader
and come up and
like
you're stupid. What are you doing? And then you walk away and don't explain yourself and show them.
Or those snarky remarks. It's just like,
oh, that's how you're gonna do it.
That's how you're gonna do it. Keep going that way.
Yeah.
Or like making you second guess yourself and like getting into your head.
Yeah, the second guessing I don't like.
What did I do wrong?
Yeah, because somebody very easily could be like, oh, maybe if you tried this way, you'd be a little bit faster. And I'm like, that's a good way to go about it. Or it's like, oh, I noticed like you should be going faster. Yeah. Maybe try this way. And then that's a new technique that you can learn. But I mean, But like, I'm going to be like open about it. I was probably one of those chefs too that yelled before even thinking about it. But were you the chef who was yelling to explain yourself after?
I would be more like, when I was at the hotel, there was a point where like I was bombarded. I was so stressed. There was so much going on. I had no chefs. My executive chef left. My 2 sous chefs, one got fired. One was on disability because he hurt himself. And like I literally had like a couple cooks get fired, or no, like they left or some shit. I forgot. But I had like 12 BEOs. I had a massive party. I had like I heard news that the restaurant was closing and I had to do all these parties by myself.
Oh my God.
Like, I was so stressed, and then sometimes the cooks were just fuck up, right?
And you just don't have time
I
to
don't have
explain
time
it.
to explain, so I would
Because
just,
you yourself are overwhelmed.
So you're saying that you understand,
I understand.
sometimes why people are
Yeah.
dicks.
Yep, definitely. Because
Yeah.
I was there, and I understand it now, because I had to be in that position. But, like, when I was a cook, and I saw chefs just, like, say mean things, just, like, to attack you as a person rather than as a cook, I would hear those things, and I would just be like, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
There's a difference between bullying and teaching. Like, there is a difference.
And it is important in a kitchen that you correct mistakes as soon as you see them. It's not like, maybe you should do this. It's like, stop what you're doing, do it this way. It's going to be faster. It's going to be better.
Yeah.
And you just have to be blunt and short, and that's it.
Yeah, but how many people thought that you were a mean person because of how blunt you were? Because that's how I was perceived.
I didn't get to see either of you guys as sous chefs.
There's people that loved us as sous chefs, and there's people that hated us as sous chefs. Yeah.
Well, there's a, like, we have this cook Arbor, and I'm just going to use him as an example because he's a hilarious guy. And maybe
so
with
funny.
Arbor, for him, you also have to realize, like, how to teach everyone. Everybody has a different. You have to know.
Yeah.
So Arbor's someone where he wants you to know. He wants to be yelled at. Actually, he's like. So you can go up to Arbor and be like, Arbor, you're slower than, like, a turtle today. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, chef, sorry.
Yeah,
but then he'd be like,
he also made me realize, though, that I was becoming mean because he wanted that. And that's when I actually pushed, like, I, like, sat aside and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe I actually just said that.
But
like,
the thing about Arbor is he would be like, okay, well, then how do I go faster? Like, that's one thing that cooks don't really know is they don't know how to ask the right questions.
Steps of service.
You have to ask the questions too. I'm a question asker. I will ask like 3 million questions until I understand. But some cooks
but you don't ask stupid questions. Like, I definitely have gotten the stupid questions, and I'm just like, wait, are you serious?
Right.
Like, this one kid, we asked him for the chinois, and he comes over with a strainer, like a pasta strainer, and we just looked at him like, that's not a chinois, and he goes, well, what is a chinois? And I was just like,
there should be basics.
I was like, so that's when I was like, I need to yell at him, but like, this kid's actually like not. Like, nothing's going on in his head.
Teachable
like,
moment.
Yeah, it was a teachable moment. And everyone was laughing, so that was the funnier part.
But that's the thing is, like, sometimes it's okay because a little bit of, humility is a good thing in a kitchen. Because that's how you learn. That's how you think fast on your feet. And I think it's okay. But where's the line? I think the answer is that everybody has a different line.
Yeah.
And you have to recognize that maybe this person is, but then it's harder because you think that the more you push someone, the better they're going to be. So you want to push them.
Some people break.
But then some people break. And so as a manager, we see it differently now. And maybe you understand, both of you understand because we've all been managers in kitchens. Mm-hmm. But when you were a cook, you just couldn't wrap your head around it.
I actually remember another remembering Betty, and she was one of the first people on social media to point out that somebody was being rude in the kitchen and was saying something inappropriate or like being mean to her or something. And I was like, wow, like, people are like talking about like the harassment. I love it.
Say some shit,
Yeah. And I was like, wow, like, I wish more people.
I was that cook that would talk back, especially if there's reason, like if you're being a fucking asshole, I'm gonna be like, so what is that you need? Can I help you with something? Did you get laid today?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Well,
I used to talk
they didn't.
back. Really.
No, they didn't. Probably not.
Did you have enough caffeine? Like,
okay, but can you give me an example of something, like the worst thing somebody said to you that was unacceptable, absolutely crossed the line, and how they
not even to you, but like a story that you have seen.
But how could they have said it differently? Like, let's give people...
Or not say it at all, because some people are just natural bullies.
Things that are just fucked up, and I'm not going to say the name, but a chef that was in charge
You
Like,
don't say the restaurant either. Just,
just
I'm
go
not.
on.
A chef that was in charge of a really, really like established restaurant, and right next to me, my partner, I guess. Yeah, my partner just did a very minuscule error.
Yeah, like the
And-
smallest little
Yeah,
thing.
I don't remember what it was, but the chef came over and goes, "You should just kill yourself. You just really aren't
Wow.
good for anything." And I was just kind of like, and I was like, I didn't hear that. No, I didn't hear that. I'm gonna pretend like that didn't.
Do you
That's-
wish you said something though?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
thinking back now, would you have said that?
Yeah.
Would
I
you have
would've-
said
I
something?
think I would have. I was like, I was scared of everything, and that
That happened to my friend though. He was working and he had to do family meal, and there was a bunch of celery that they had to use for family meal, and he just threw it in the RoboCoupe to put it in the salad. And the sous chef went up to him and was like, "You really need to go kill yourself." Like he literally said that, and I was just.
The way people used to just toss that.
And the
out,
fact that I remember that story,
I
and
mean,
the
it's-
fact that I remember him getting yelled at for celery, like because of
I mean,
the
it's crazy. There's
stringy-
so many people out there that have mental illnesses, and
Yeah.
they're literally giving their lives every single day to make these restaurants run, and their direct boss is like, yeah, just kill yourself. And
Yeah.
maybe for them, they think it's funny.
that's the thing that.
But
I don't
but
even-
it's not funny. Like, I've had a friend kill herself. I don't find that
is not
funny.
funny. Yeah.
No.
I'm sure that's what he thought at the moment, that he's gonna. Oh, he probably thought that was funny.
He probably thought
No.
it was funny. He's bullying, like.
No.
But that's
If
different.
he,
You're right.
Like, if he would have said that to me, I would think I would have
Yeah.
like.
What was one time where you
Freaked
felt like
out.
you crossed the line?
That's a good one. Cause
Or do you think maybe not? You just
I
don't.
don't think I've ever like personally attacked, and then like if one of my cooks decide to like come out and say actually,
Yeah.
no, I don't think I ever personally attacked somebody for their character or anything outside of their ability to cook.
But was there any
But-
time where you had to say sorry afterwards?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did definitely, because I had this bad habit of going out to drink with my cooks, and
Ooh.
that's not a good
No, I
look.
don't think it is.
It's a messy situation.
I'm glad that you realize that though.
Yeah, I mean, people would tell me all the time, like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
because you
I'm
want to be
fine.
their friend, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you.
They are your
was,
friends,
I
though.
was guilty of doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it just turned out really bad. Like not any particular situation that turned bad, but just like the relationship between
Yeah.
the chef and
Because they don't
subordinate.
respect you anymore.
No, they didn't, and I didn't see that coming. Like honestly, I was
Yeah.
like, these people love me, they respect me, they wouldn't do this to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Were you becoming a chef there, or you
I was-
walked in as a chef? Because it's also a different story when you're working and you're
No, I hired
promoted.
these people.
No, you hired them. That's crazy.
Yeah, I hired them, and so like, and I also was kind of like their mentor, and I taught them a lot, and
Well, I think there's a level.
so it
a
definitely
line for that,
it hurt
too.
my feelings when I
Yeah.
felt
Yeah,
that
betrayed in some way.
definitely betrayal. Was-
Yeah.
Because I had a similar experience, but the difference was that I got a promotion as their manager, and so that was the hard line of now I'm in charge and I need to be responsible, but they're used to going out and drinking with me, and they're like, "Oh, she
Yeah.
doesn't mean it," and
She's
it
just kidding.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it was hard, even with friends, but the people that were truly my friends, like maybe Dahlia, was like, okay, fine, I'll listen to you.
I always listen to you.
Yeah, but there are other people who
I was such a good commis for Nicole.
Oh yeah, you were the best I ever had.
I still am the best commis. She'd be like, I need help. I'm like, I'll come over. Why not?
Yeah, but I think that's a great thing for managers and to know that
Yeah,
you
I
can
mean,
go with them and maybe
definitely
like
realized-
have a beer, but then you
That's
go
it.
home.
You got to go home after that
realized,
one.
I realized that everybody was right, that I messed up, I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I even tried to apologize. They didn't understand.
Isn't that
what I was
horrible though that you
apologizing
actually have
about.
to
Like,
apologize though?
yeah, because I have to be the leader, and I
Yeah.
have to be the bigger person. I have
Yeah.
to do all these things, and like even if I'm feeling hurt or betrayed by
Yeah.
your actions, I have to be the one to be like,
Stronger.
I'm so sorry that
Yeah.
I thought that this relationship could work in this dynamic. Like we're not going out to drink anymore.
Yeah.
And then that became another issue.
I was like, oh, she doesn't want to hang out with
she doesn't
us.
want to hang out with us, so she thinks she's too good for us.
Yeah, and then it just causes this like gap between you and
a huge disconnect. I had to leave actually after that.
yeah,
Oh, really?
'cause it was just not right.
Yeah, the whole dynamic just.
Luckily for me, I had just gotten another position and I was no longer working on the catering team, so I was working by myself in the test kitchen. So it was like they were no longer, I was no longer directly in charge of them anymore, so it was fine. And then Dahlia was, she got the position.
Mm-hmm.
But by then she, like, I told her, like, you need to set, like, immediately
Set boundaries. I set boundaries right away. I was like, I'm not going to take this position unless people hear me.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
And I was so
I
happy
suck at
because
setting boundaries. I really do. 'Cause I
It's-
feel like it's cool. It's just vibe, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's
it's
like
true.
the ideal kitchen is like everyone's chill and smart and
Right.
common sense is there. and
right.
But when you have 50 people in a kitchen, it just can't be that way.
No, there's no way. Even the smartest person in the room is dumb.
Yeah, even if everybody knows something, like Betty can teach me something, you
Yeah.
can teach me something, everybody can teach somebody something, and
Yeah.
nobody realizes that. When you get into a kitchen with 50 people,
That's on egos too.
Yeah.
it's all
Oh,
ego. It's
ego.
I'm better. I want to rise above you. I'm not going to teach you that because I want to get that
Or the
position,
ones
and I
that
don't want you
refuse
to
to
have that
speak English
position.
because they just like don't want to deal with Americans.
Yeah. Or they're like, wait, what? I don't understand. You're like, you do understand.
You do understand.
But at the
You-
same time, who knows? So Betty, who's the best mentor you've ever had? We were talking about some negatives, so I want to go back to positive. Who's the best
my
mentor you've
God.
had and why?
Leah
could
Cohen.
Oh, okay.
She taught me a lot about Asian food. Like, she's Filipina and she's half Filipina and she does Southeast Asian Filipino food at Pig and Cow. And I worked for her for a
Is
bunch
Pig and
of
Cow
years.
still open?
They are.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
They're doing good. They're doing Gold Belly like kits. They were. I don't know if they're doing them right now.
Probably now still until indoor
Until,
dining's
yeah.
full
Yeah,
or
she's-
starts.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's huge because she was the first like woman chef I worked for, and like I followed her lead a lot when it came to my becoming a sous chef and managerial things. Like, she's very hands on, does everything herself type of chef. Like, if something's happening, she's putting her hands in it. She's touching things.
That's great.
Yeah, she's super hands on, and I love that about her. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think having a woman mentor is,
Yeah.
as a woman, it's just nice. It's something
She's
that you're not
badass,
really
yeah.
used to because it's definitely male dominated. So
I definitely look up to her because she like went through all the big kitchens and
Yeah.
like dominated, and then just went on Top Chef, dominated. She didn't win, but she still kicked ass.
Yeah.
If you get on Top Chef, like good
Yeah.
luck. You're already
She
you're already
kicked ass.
good.
And then she left into Southeast Asia and traveled for God knows how long, a long time, and then came back and opened Pig and Cow.
Same.
Wait, did you go to Asia with her? I know you said you went to Thailand,
I went to Thailand in November 2019.
but it was just
For
for
fun.
fun.
It was just for fun.
Okay.
It was my 30th birthday, and I wanted to give myself something.
Yay.
That's amazing. I love.
Yeah.
I've also visited.
We've
just
all
for
gone
fun.
to Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you went for school, right?
I went for school and then I went 2 years after.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Because Q has a place there. So I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
and my dad
God.
goes, if you have a friend that has a place, you always go.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what country it's in, you always go. And I'm like, all right. And
I
like,
love that.
I quit
That's a
my
great
job.
idea.
I quit Danielle.
I
and
need
I
more
was,
friends.
and I like,
Oh, I didn't know
and my
you did that.
parents were like, my mom goes, you're really going to travel? You don't have a job. And I'm just like, yeah. And my dad goes, yeah, she's going to do it. And I'm like,
Wow.
thank you.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank ya.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
I
was.
wish I could do that.
You can. Anyone could actually do it.
But do you, Betty? Do you? I notice you cook a lot of Southeast Asian food, Asian food in general. Most specifically Southeast Asian because you've worked at Pig and Cow.
Yeah.
You've done a little, lots of different places. I mean,
Yeah.
but where else have you traveled in? Didn't you go to Japan?
I went through Gohan Society.
I'm so jealous. I wanted to do that.
Nicole
program.
wanted to do that.
So, Chef Eddie was one of the first to ever get on that program and go to Japan. And I didn't know till after I got accepted
that he went.
that he went. And I was like, this is freaking cool.
Yeah.
CCAP introduced me to Gohan Society, and this scholarship program is like chef exchange program. I forgot what I had.
So you worked in Japan?
Yeah.
Wow.
At Michelin star, like, kaiseki restaurant.
What's the vibe in the...
So cool.
Is it quiet? I feel like Japanese kitchens are like dead silent.
In a 600-year-old restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
600?
600 years old. Which obviously is like modernized and kind of cool. But they didn't really show me too many secrets, but they taught me like how to clean a lot of different fish.
Oh, that's fun.
They taught me how to use a lot of different knives for what, and I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, because what? Will you just use a fillet knife here to do fish? Like,
yeah,
you
do
like different knives for different things, and I learned that, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh, that's
yeah, but we can't all afford that.
Yeah, I went with like the owner of Corin and her daughter.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, and they took us to...
Shout out to Corin.
If you guys don't know Corin, you should go buy everything. They're amazing.
I love them there.
It's Miss Sayori that you went?
Sorry.
She's so sweet.
She's amazing. And she took us to I'm going to mess up the name. Masamoto Shoten knives, like the showroom.
Okay.
And she got all of us knives.
No.
Amazing.
That's
every single one
nice.
of
That gives me like goosebumps.
Personalized too, with our names in Japanese on the
Betty
handle.
cooks on it?
I wish it did. Betty cooks. Didn't think about it back then, but it was such a cool experience. And then I stayed an extra 3 days and just got hammered in Tokyo.
Oh, wow.
Fucking awesome.
How much sushi did you eat?
Disgusting amount.
Did you go to the Mayo restaurant? Ian keeps talking about this Mayo restaurant.
No, I don't know what that is.
And like Andrew Zimmerman went, and it's all mayo.
I mean, I would.
Ew.
That's what I said.
I would
like,
still go. I mean,
I know you would. That's
Honestly,
fine.
what I wanted to try was the raw chicken. It's weird.
I don't.
What do they do with it though? They slice it
It's
and
just like, I don't know. I think it's just like the way they raise it that is
that
like,
you could do it, right?
And the way it's butchered.
Chicken
So
tartare.
I think a lot of American chicken is
gross.
It's
Just
disgusting,
gross.
and
repulsive.
it's repulsive. It's actually like not butchered with a knife. They are like mechanically separated. You can read that on the back of a lot of labels.
Imagine
That you just put a chicken in and bing, all his wings, everything just cut off. And
like a laser?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
shit,
not.
that's kinda cool.
But I think because of that, it's not safe or sanitary because it's just machines. So just imagine
how many chickens,
how many machines.
That's gross.
But I think in Japan they might do it different.
I don't know what they did, but I couldn't find it. But whatever. I really want to try that. But
That's
definitely
crazy.
not
I
here.
never heard anyone
I
say
did
they
try.
I don't think I would want. I mean, I would.
Raw,
I would try it.
I tried horse sashimi.
Was it good?
The sauce was like super teriyaki sauce, so like
Yeah,
all
like
I
a
tasted
glaze.
was that garlic,
Which was fine.
and
Yeah,
then
you're
they
like,
put
okay.
raw garlic on top, so
Ugh.
like you didn't taste the gaminess of it, but you could kind of smell it. But
I think I've had
it
horse
was so
once.
soft
Yeah.
that it was like tuna.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which cut of horse?
Oh,
Like
everything was in Japanese.
Shoulder.
I wonder if it's like shoulder.
I feel like it's shoulder.
Tenderloin, maybe.
It didn't have a lot of marbling in it. It was
Yeah.
like really.
What color?
It was like dark red.
Dark red.
That's why I was like tuna.
Was that the weirdest sashimi you had though when you were there?
Yeah, and I had blowfish. What's it called again?
Aren't they like really poisonous?
Heavy on the poisonous. They showed us how to. It was a weird.
Is it
situation.
poisonous
They
to
closed
eat
down
or
the
touch?
restaurant. It was poisonous to eat.
To eat.
They showed us how to break it down.
For it not to be poisonous.
But we would have to do like a course and get the certificate before we could actually do it ourselves. But
In Japan or each person has to get certified.
I didn't do any of that.
That's insane.
But they like had us like do these weird sashimi like decorating on like it was like a competition and the news was there. We didn't know.
Of course, the
It was
news is
weird.
there again. Betty's all over the news, guys.
In like weird parts of the world.
That's great.
It was interesting. But I definitely do not like raw blowfish. But when you fry it, that shit tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
So hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love sashimi. I wish I could eat it. That's what I ate last night.
I'd fry everything. So.
Yeah. I mean, fried is great, but
I know. I love sashimi.
yeah.
I love it. I love omakase because like they spoiled us. They took us to like insane restaurants.
Is it true that in
I've never been to
Japan, and I don't think everybody knows this, but you don't go to a Japanese restaurant and you get everything? Like, there's one restaurant for tempura, one restaurant for
yeah.
sushi.
Oh wow!
I went to
One-
one specifically for shabu shabu, and that shit
Which
was
is?
lit, which is like a hot pot.
Okay.
Yeah, like they have different cuts of meat, different types
nice.
of wagyu, if it's pork, if it's like chicken, and then like different dipping sauces.
And they have,
the
like,
broth,
One just for
vegetable.
skewers, one
Uh-huh.
just for... So in America, you go to a Japanese
And it has a
restaurant,
little bit of
It has
they have a little bit of
and
everything.
then
Yeah.
everything is kind of diva.
And it's just fine.
Yeah.
But in Japan, you get the best tempura because that's
went
all
to-
they do.
I went to the best, not the best. I went to one of like the curry spots out there.
Ooh. What about, do they have like
Oh,
their
man,
own
so
katsu
good.
restaurant? Like restaurant just for
Yeah,
katsu?
that's where I went.
That's
I went
crazy.
to one of them. It was like a shack, like a shopping center.
That's so awesome.
all the food out there is just.
That's the only reason why I
I'm making
mainly
myself
want to go to
hungry.
Japan is just to eat.
Japan is I need to go to Japan.
Yeah,
Soon.
me too.
I went to one of those like the little booths that were like super popular for takoyakis,
Uh-huh.
and the line was like an hour long, and I waited. The shit was.
Oh,
I need
wow.
a Japanese friend to take me to Japan for
I
like
feel
a
like
month.
you don't though. I feel
have
like
a Japanese friend, and she helped me in Tokyo.
yeah.
That's
I
where I
feel
got
like you can
wasted.
make a good itinerary and then like talk to people that have been to
Wait,
Japan.
a what?
Itinerary.
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 All right. Well, thank you, Betty. We are getting ready to
What is that noise?
start our next segment.
What is that noise? Is
that
the munch box I hear?
But I think everybody should travel to Southeast Asia because it's so inspiring and such a culture. It's an experience that cooks should have the chance.
Yeah.
Every cook should do it.
I ended up in Asia
Flavors are
totally by
insane.
accident, and I'm so happy I did. And every time I go, I'm like, I
I'm
should be here
definitely going
longer.
back.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
it's
Yeah, we should go. All the three of us. Let's go to
Ooh.
Japan.
We'll start a TV show. We'll have David Ching sponsor us.
Hell yeah.
All right, Betty.
The three bitches.
Betty's gonna
Yeah,
choose the munch
It's
box.
gonna be called Quiche My
like-
Ass.
Yep, just go at it and choose whichever one you want, and then we're gonna try it. I'll announce what it is.
Oh, you chose
Yay!
So we got some poke.
Pocky.
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 Pocky. I love Pocky. The cookies and cream one is the best, but this is chocolate banana.
Yeah.
Banana
Wow.
cream covered chocolate biscuit sticks. I'm not a fan of banana flavor.
I am a banana.
Are you?
You think it's like fake banana or?
Well,
Definitely
Nicole, I'm going to give you the
fake
box because you
banana.
usually read it.
Yeah, I want to read it. I need to know.
Yeah. Well, this
But I love
contains-
banana and chocolate, so I think this is gonna be a 10 out of 10.
Really?
I mean, anything has to be better than the last thing we tasted.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think it's gonna be the tits.
Maybe 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Because-
you always change your mind in the middle of
I
it.
love banana flavor, and I love chocolate.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the smell for you. First of all, it screams banana smell. Oh my god, Nicole took like
Oh my
10.
gosh,
so
it
many.
smells like Laffy Taffy, like banana.
Exactly what
But
it
that's why I
smells like.
don't like. Do you want to take the box and read? So it smells too much like banana.
Yeah.
I don't. That's why artificially I don't like. And the chocolate biscuit does not like it's too chocolatey. Like it's not dark chocolate. Look.
Yeah, I'm into this.
Are you? I give this to a baby.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. People like it in their AirPods.
Very sweet. Not chocolatey enough.
Right?
Yeah,
like
that's
it
what I
needs another
said.
Coating.
These aren't chocolate covered. These
No,
biscuit
it's-
sticks are like maybe
It
the
says-
other box looks chocolate, but this one got the least amount of cocoa
you
powder.
mean chocolate sticks.
They didn't put any
You don't
chocolate
taste
in the
that. You don't
biscuit.
taste the chocolate in the biscuit.
No, I just had the
All
biscuit
you
by
taste
itself.
is banana.
All right, ratings or
I'm not mad.
or you want to have another one?
Where do you think this product was made?
Japan.
Which country?
So you said Japan? I'm gonna say America.
Thailand.
Wow.
Damn it.
Is it always made in Thailand?
I don't
I thought it
know.
was a Japanese product.
I'm all about going to different countries and just buying all the snacks,
Oh.
even if it's gross.
That's one thing that I got from Leah. Whenever she traveled to Asia, she came back with like a suitcase full of snacks.
Yeah.
I love to look at the snacks. Like you never know what you're gonna get.
Do you know when
Different chip
I studied
flavors.
abroad and I was obsessed with snacks? I brought a whole carry-on of just snacks with me around because I knew I needed to eat when everyone else was like starving.
Oh, guess what I brought back from Thailand actually?
What? Pocky?
Durian Pocky.
Ew.
They were so gnarly.
I don't like durian at all.
That
But-
might make sense that they're selling
They smell like.
I always go during
Were they
durian
bad?
season.
Do they taste good though?
They taste like kind of like this.
Oh, yeah.
Like they smelled rank.
Does it say durian artificially flavored?
I didn't read the box, but
It says banana
sure it
powder.
was.
People that enjoy durian are just different creatures.
I don't mind it.
I don't like it.
What? First time I had it, I had to puke.
In Singapore, there's signs everywhere that says no, durian.
Yeah.
Really?
It's so funny.
That was
on
the first time
subway.
I had it though. Was
But people ask her everywhere.
Yeah.
so we went to a fruit market when we were in Singapore, and
yummy.
that's where we tried all the fruit, and that's when I became obsessed with ramutans. Right?
Rambutans?
Rambutan.
Yeah,
The
they're
pink
literally
ones with
they
the little
taste
spikes.
like
The fuzzy
lychees.
ones, right?
Yeah, they taste like lychees, but I don't know the difference besides it's fuzzy-ish.
Oh, I did a food tour in Thailand, and I was just like a kid in a candy store that was like overloaded with information because I ate so much and there was just food. Oh my god, it was insane. I don't even know. I can't even put words together. They took us to like a night market.
I love night markets.
Just so many different kinds of fruit.
Which place in Thailand?
Oh my god, I was in Bangkok. Which I won't go to again, but I want to go to like Chiang Mai and do that.
The
Chiang
night
Mai-
markets in Chiang Mai are incredible.
Yeah,
I
they're
want to
fun.
do that. I think that would have been more worth.
Did
my
you go to
money.
the one that's like 10 blocks long?
Oh yeah, I got
It's
lost in it.
crowded.
I
Yeah.
wanted to do the train market, but
Yeah,
Where the boat market is? You know which one
It's
I'm
in,
talking?
uh,
it's in Bangkok.
Is it in Bangkok?
Yeah.
That
I
would
didn't
be-
get to do it because I was there on a weekday, and they do that on the weekends.
I
Oh.
didn't exactly. I didn't get to do it. I was there on the weekend, but we were off doing other.
So, what do you think? We need ratings.
I'm so gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because it's not horrible, but it's just not the flavor I want.
It's like I love it, and that's the rating I was gonna give it to.
7.
I'm giving 9 out of 10.
What?
I would buy these again.
I love it. The only thing is, I just wish it was more chocolate.
Also, like
flavor.
Pokies are like there are a lot of calories for
they're so
14
fun.
of these. It's 350 calories.
Yeah, because it's pure
Oh, 'cause
sugar.
it's banana cream flavored.
Oh.
Banana cream. Get the cream.
Heavy on the cream.
All right, guys. Well, thank
was
you
nice.
so much, Betty.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank you
for
so much.
sharing everything that you shared with us.
Yay!
Yeah, it was nice to see you and
Thanks
hang
for
out.
having me, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any questions or concerns or want to do a shout out?
Shout out.
A shout out,
Man,
yeah.
I wish I would have thought of that better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to CCAP.
Yep. There we go. Shout out to
Shout out to
CCAP.
CCAP
Y'all the goats.
Yeah, that's nice.
and
for all
giving
the
so many
opportunities.
opportunities.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And
not
I'm going
just
to do
me,
shout
but
out
so
to Betty
many
Cooks.
Yes. Buy stuff from me.
Buy
Yeah.
stuff from her.
Buy
at,
her
at
chili oil.
Betty Cook.
At Betty Cooks. BettyCooks.
There we
That
go.
sounded like
Yeah,
a
that's
radio.
really professional.
Can you repeat that?
COOKS.
There we
In
go.
case you didn't know how to spell cooks.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.